Hello, everyone, and welcome to Gregory Santana's Winners and Losers for October 28th, 2019. XLK knocks out CRL for the leadership at 31%. Let's go look at that chart. And here it is XLK. And remember, we are only going for 268 to the lost leader that died on us. And here we are now at 1093. So let's do the numbers. So 1093 minus the 268 from the dead lost leader, that gives us 825 to the good. 825 will be applied then. Oh, wait a minute. You know what? I forgot something here. There's something here that's also important. Let me see if there's any other XLK type of we're in the Alpha League. Okay, Alpha League. Who in the XLK owes us any money? No. The next ETF going for a dead loss leader is XLV after XLV completes this trade for life, which is 410. So we'll look at that very shortly when we get there. But so the point I'm saying is this. We get reduced, the leftover gets applied to the monies that XLK owes us directly from their trade back when, leaving us only 957 to overcome if we get out at this low point. So we're going to be moving up our defense to the moving average line and be watching the rest of the action to see if any of our value lines move up also. Wow, we got there. They're not too far apart. Not too far apart. But anyway, the bottom line is we are here, they're there, and we're just going to go ahead and do it. Okay, so now let's go ahead and let's go on to RCL. Interesting. Who's taking a cruise? All right. Remember, I also believe in the theory of trading where you spend your money at. Last year, I had a real nice trade on Costco. So all my spending for Costco this year is paid for by all my trading is paid. All my spending at Costco is paid for this year. Yeah, isn't that kind of sweet? So here we are, RCL, and there are my notes. I'm very data deep. That's where you're seeing all these notations there. I'm keeping track of my data. But look at the point. We are here. We're at 27%, 147, owes 597. That takes it down to 450. Hey, overcoming 450 is a lot better than overcoming 597. So we'll be moving along. Where are we going to move our defense? Our defense will move up here to the this value line right there that I have established on my exit rules, and that's where it's going to happen with RCL. See this gap here? This gap is a little bit on the warning side. What does that mean? Well, it means that the public is coming into the trade, and guess who's sitting here waiting to take their money? The portfolio managers. I've discussed this before. So you got to go back in history, and I keep this down to 1 month so I can keep this close enough for you guys to see it. But you go back and find a low point, you'll be able to say, okay, there's a pretty good low point. I mean, this is not bad, 100. If portfolio managers got into trade here, their target is 120, right up in here. Oh, not too far off. And there's my 118, which I predicted to be a break even to overcome the 597. All right, let's go on here and move on now to XLE. XLE, now we're into the losers, unfortunately. It's behind 7%. It's behind 171. It owes 591. It owes money to the Tigers also. But right now we're just discussing the Alpha group. Get my controls here again. So notes and data over there. So this is what I call this is the Alpha League, and this was a hawk trade. Over here is a little bit, but now, am I concerned here? Not too much. You know what? This is called a tweezer bottom. And tweezer bottoms are most times, now remember, everything's on the laws of probability. Nothing's written in stone. So probabilities that this is a bounce up possibility. We'll see. The bottom line is, where is my exit going to be set up at? Well, this is still set here at the green value line. So the green value line is where we're at here with XLE. And is XLE going after any loss leaders? Nope. This is it. And I think I have to update this number. We'll have to check it out. As of 10/23. So let's go ahead and get rid of this one and keep the one with the date, so that keeps us track of what's going on. All right. That said, let's go on now to XLE. Now remember, XLE is going after a loss leader. LIFS owed 410 before it went away. So the bottom line is, let's see what this says. Okay. I estimated that my option cost in 920 was going to cost $3. And my break even is I need to get 15% on the profit side to overcome that. That was at the entry point of 920, way back in history. That said, we're at 225, 410. That's 635. That's 635. Yeah, 635. 635 divided by 10 contracts. It comes out to about $6.35. We need. No, let me do that. Let me do the numbers. Let's do the numbers on this one. Remember, I have all these angles of attack going on. 410 plus what's owed in the current trade of 225. Divide that by 10 contracts, which is 1,000 shares in options. 563. Then we go to here and we get the delta. The delta is a 51. So those who understand these numbers a little deeper, we take the 63.5 divided by the delta 51. That means we need $1.25. Let's call it $1.25. So $1.25 on this close, and that close was on my side screen here, 93.01. So 93.01. No, 01. Okay, 94.25. 94.25 is going to be somewhere around. That's close, just under the original calculation that we did earlier. But you also watch my angle of attack. Stocks go up at approximately a 30-degree angle. Anything above the 30-degree angle, like straight up, which you have seen sometimes with long legs. And then, so stocks usually go up at a 30-degree angle and decline at a 45-degree angle. Now, that's just my observations, and of course, I've seen it in several videos, and they were like a while back. Also, there were most of the, and then in school discussion. Moving on. Okay, who do you got next? Seaport. Okay, Seaport owes 683, and they're at 180. Hey, not too bad. So we overcome, and it's going in the right direction. It's going in the up direction. So there we are, and we're anticipating our target price of 89.15. That's what ST stands for, stock target. So around 89.15, we should be looking at getting out of this trade with our loss leaders and our, I'm going to get rid of that note. That's an old note. And get back our money. All right, moving on. Quad. Oh, remember this trade, if those who've been following me for the last couple of weeks would know, Quad was a real pain in the neck. And here it was. I mean, we were about ready to give up the ghost on Quad, but something started turning around, and now we get all this data in the right place. So if I move this over, no, just moving you over so I can see. So what we were anticipating here with Quad was that, no, these sales bubbles really get its pain in the neck. Okay, there we go. All right, enough said. What we're anticipating with Quad is that we're looking at crossing here was a long-term termination or determination. Now we're here, and quad is short 418 on past trade plus what's going on right now, and it's 13 contracts. Now I know it gets pricey, but the more contracts you have in the right direction, you're able to cut down the distance, travel distance, to get out of a trade. All right, PG. PG was our Hail Mary. Now, what happened with PG was this. I failed to put a stop in this zone. So it crashed through, it came down, and what it was, oh, I know what it was. I used the stop limit, and a stop limit, it didn't trigger. So the end result was I had to now do, since I had a lot of time on this trade, I went to what they call a Hail Mary. You're allowed, providing you follow set rules of engagement. I mean, it's like, if you're driving down the road and you have a blowout, you learn how to manage the car to get to the curb, to the side of the freeway, without getting yourself whacked by some semi. So the same thing is here. Now, this is a nice indication. We saw this happen a couple of days ago. Let me sure today, 8:20. We saw this happen on another trade, and it was an easy. So Doji's in the middle of an uptrend usually signals like the flat point. We'll see what happens. Also, you notice that the angle of attack was quite strong above the 30-degree angle. This is your 45. This is your 30. So yeah, it's about right. Yes, that's your 30 zones right there. So the result was that this ran out of steam. That's it. And now it's hitting the upclimbing zone. We were anticipating to be out of this. We are anticipating a profit by November 4th, and providing we get above the 130, 134, and then we'll be looking to really shoring up the tight end on that. That said, for the alphas, let's go to the Tigers group. All right, Tigers. Tigers got UAA in their favor, and let's go right there. Tigers. So UAA owes 576. It's got 184 to its good. So again, it breaks it down just below the $400 O mark. It is a stop limit. Now that we have some movement in this zone going in this direction, and I'm looking at some possible resistance here with this spinning top doji, the inclination is to move the stop to my black value line. So I got to move to my black value line, and then I'll hold the line. I'll hold the fort there. Why? Look at this. Look at this plateau. That's not a good sign. Remember, if you guys follow me, how T minus was like just killing me. Oh my goodness, I was so upset. And now T minus is taking off, but other trades have T minus returned to capital with some loss, and that capital was put to use in somewhere else. So we're not on the T minus trade in these two leagues. I have two other leagues that are for the advanced group, and we do have a nice trade in T minus in the advanced group. All right, coming down here, this is sweet. This, I have to say, was really nice to see today. Remember, I am going for a put. Now, remember, TLT is a opposite trade. What that means is that when the market is doing good and there's no fear in the market, people leave bonds, which is an assurity, and they go speculative, and they go into stocks, and they go into options. So this was a tiger trade with a put, hawk put. That meant that anything below this line here of the moving average was going down. Our stop is currently here. We're now in profit. So it owes the Tigers $60. So if I go ahead and place a stop here, which is not really, you're supposed to let your winners run, but if I wanted to put the stop there, and this is mostly for the risk observers, the people who don't have an aversion about risk and are fearful of losing money. You have to take risk, but get really like, I got this profit. I don't want to lose it. All right, fine. No problem. If you're in profit, go ahead and use the last value. So since we're put, we'll be looking at the last high as an exit point. because you see the gap here, number one. Number two, you see the spinning top. It's the same thing on the opposite side of the spectrum. You see this, and there's indication probability going up, probability going down. This is a probability that it just might have reached a stop point. And if we get some bad news in the market in the next couple of days, that's going to start turning around. So I want to, and what's our objective? Our objective with these videos is turning loss leaders into winners. TLT then pays off the 60 bucks it owes the Tigers. It's going to get retired off the loss leaders and it'll go to the winner's circle. And I will not see TLT until such time that all the other loss leaders have been removed. Now, how many loss leaders are here at the Tigers group? Let's go ahead and finish up with that thing. There are loss leaders. And we put the word Tigers in front so we know which league we're in. Tigers loss leaders, 20. There are 20 loss leaders in the Tigers group. That's it. And we win TLT, boom, gone. UAA continues going in the right direction, knocks it out, gone. And then we'll be looking at our loss leaders in the Tigers group. And I'll give you a little heads up. On the list for consideration is XLP. They owe $409, and KO Coca-Cola, they owe $453. So there will be the next top two candidates that will be looked at for possibilities, providing that we get our money and get capital. Remember, no money, no game. That's it. This is your real video game. Yeah, you get shot up and die 2 or 3 times, you come back. You know, you pick up another heart in Zelda and you live a little longer. Not here. This is the real McCoy. You lose, you're out. So this is why trading is not for everybody. And I would suspect gamers will be very good at playing this once they learn what kind of strategy they gravitate to and what kind of strategy works well for them. All right, so that concludes, yeah, you only have 2 trades going here. That means all the money is tied up in Tigers group, waiting for one of these guys to exit, give us some cash back, and then go out and look for more stuff. With that said, I thank you very much for attending the winners and losers of Gregory Santana's for October 28th, XLK. Let's see if we can get some exits here and retire some losers. I thank you all for listening, watching, and be well, trade well. Bye-bye.